Hello. Welcome. We're back today. It's Sunday, March 29. It's March 29 in the verse 2955. No, 2956. What am I saying? We all know the year. We're 956. And we're going to be rolling with Operator 3C today. So our young man here is going to take us, and we're going to be doing some geological citizen today. Basically, we're going to take basically a beginner's look at blueprints and crafting in, these are the things that were introduced as part of Star Citizen 4.7. And this is really just the beginning of the industry gameplay basically coming together as Star Citizen is trying to build towards a 1.0, right? We already have mining. We already have like salvage and things like that, but it's like it didn't really serve a purpose before. Whereas now, when we have crafting, we're gathering towards using those raw materials for something other than just selling it back, because that doesn't feed into anything fulfilling, I guess, as a player. So we're gonna find out exactly what we can do with that stuff, so that we can build towards, hopefully when 1.0 rolls out, we're talking about using those materials to help craft not only little tiny things like FPS weapons and stuff, which is what we have now. FPS weapons, undersuits, ammo. These are basically the building blocks for CIG to help tune the system so that the next phase is crafting, basically building materials and objects for base building, walls and reinforcements for your base, special kinds of glass for your base. I don't know. The future is not set. Is it? There is no fate except that which you make, or something. Whatever they said in the Terminator, I guess. It's all coming together like reality, huh? All right, like I said, we have Operator 3C. We will return back to Song 02A at some point. We haven't published any photos of her yet. Have that in my creative queue, and I'll be working on that probably over this week because it's spring break. I don't know how many of you are on spring break, but I'm kind of excited in actually taking some time as part of spring break to kind of work on creative projects. We've been all kind of waiting for time to work, really. So I'm hopeful to have time to kind of work on side projects, probably even jump onto some games in my library. Like every one of you, I know you have bought things off of like Steam or GOG or Epic, and they just sit there in your library uninstalled, or maybe you did install them but you never actually played them. It's a good time to kind of play those games. And recently I've played a little bit of I played EVE Online, and I'm kind of loving that universe. It's a different kind of feel. It's interesting. Every space sim kind of scratches a particular itch, and EVE Online, I feel like, is you're basically you're locked into this third person perspective of what's happening in the universe, and that's still okay because there's a lot of story. There's a lot of stories, a lot of factions, a lot of missions that have established game loops, and I'm cool with that. It's polished experience. It's just a different kind of polished experience, depending on what you want out of the game. So, I do enjoy that. I'm actually thinking of jumping back into Starfield again. As much as I kind of don't like, I gotta say, honestly, I don't like the character design, character art, really. But you know, they has that Bethesda storytelling, which has its strengths, and I mean, it is kind of a complete game, which is just good. It's just, you know, it's not the space sim of choice really for a lot of things. Let me just play with my mouth smoothing here. I'm gonna make this like 0.05. There we go. I play for experience right here and not really for accuracy. So if I smooth my mouse, it's not because I'm trying to like. Obviously, it's because I'm not a serious hardcore FPS. I'm doing this because camera needs to stay smooth for certain movements that I like to shoot. And so we have our dude here. He's basically wearing the clothes that Song 2A wore. So this was more of like light armor, kind of a neat FPS vibe. But this is not what we want for what we're doing today, which is going to be checking out how do we build stuff that we can use to craft. How can we collect all those things to craft? So, in order to do that, we need to have armor that can carry a lot. So we may need to go switch to heavy armor. We need to have an area. The hangar situation is still not resolved yet. We still have overlapping instances. Apparently, you can hear it. So yes, we have to have heavy armor so we can carry more stuff. And we need to have probably a ship that we can respawn in case we have issues while out in the black. So I think we can kind of get away with something like the Apollo, or you know, even like the Star Lancer attack. You just have to realize, like, when we're out in the field, the best we can do in the Star Lancer attack is like a level 3 injury. Can't do anything better than that. Although if we are getting hit getting level 3 injuries, or if worse, that means we're in some serious combat. We're not doing what we're supposed to be doing, which is basically gathering resources. So we could do something like an Apollo medevac, which won't allow us to fight. Won't allow us to fight, but it'll definitely help us if we get injured pretty bad. Now, a lot of the missions that we would want to do would require us to do things like, in order to gather blueprints, we'd need to be doing certain missions that have a certain amount of risk. And so far, what I've found is like a lot of bounties don't really give us anything, and that's kind of a problem because they do involve a whole lot of risk. It's just not there's hardly any reward for that. So, if we're going on the ground, a lot of them might be hostile. So we may encounter anti-aircraft, which means we need to have a ship that can carry a vehicle. So goodbye right now to this Aurora Mark II. We're gonna put this away. I actually started to step out because, as you can see, I'm inside the ship. I don't have my helmet on. I'm inside my hangar, which means I should be suffocating. And I'm wondering, did they fix that? If they did, that's cool. I'm gonna go ahead and close this up and store the ship. Better yet, I mean, I could just move this to the side. I don't have anything valuable inside. This sort of thing when you're playing the game is everybody talks about like wanting to live in their ship, but the thing about doing that is that you risk losing stuff that's in your ship if you're kind of doing that kind of gameplay. It is the dream, but it is like it's not the dream that we can have yet, because the game isn't designed to do it safely, if that makes any sense. There's a risk, a whole lot of risk involved, because stuff can get lost. You know what I noticed though with like all the stuff CIG is that, yeah, you can build all these like spaces for us on the side, but there's not enough room to do anything on the side. So you can't like park your ships and stuff. So that's the only thing, is like I'd love to build out this little side hangar area to like keep some of my stuff, but honestly you can't. There's no room to fit in these ships. So if you want to have 3 ships out, you can't. I mean, you can leave them on the floor, but you better make sure that you don't need to pull out anything else. And like this right here, there's a real risk that if I was to leave this ship here, because it's almost touching the edge of the lift for ships, it may despawn. So that is a risk. I mean, like that right there, I don't know if that's gonna, if this somehow interacts with like the way the game works, and if the game detects like something on or over a certain line here, then it may cause things to break. All right, so I have a determination that to do all these things safely, I need to have a ship that allows me to go and gather and fight a little bit, or give me a little bit of protection and allow me to respawn in it. So we need to do a couple things. I need to have a ground vehicle. I need a ground vehicle that can get me in and out of a very bad situation if there is ground encounters, or you know, if there's anti-aircraft. So rather than create my respawn on the Star Lancer, you never fix that bug with the kiosks that just go dead. Instead of putting a respawn on a ship, I'm gonna put it on the ground vehicle. So we're gonna use the Ursa Medevac.
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
So I'm gonna say, hello. Come on, CIG.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
We're gonna use a Medevac Ursa. I'm gonna deliver that. Fuck. Come on, CIG.
Goodbye.
Hope it's not just me that this is happening to. Okay, we got the Medevac. Now I'm gonna do the RS. I'm gonna do the Star Lancer attack. I hope. I actually hope. I'm wondering, I think that fits, right? If not, that's okay. Hey, what's up, Daddy Vega? How's it going? Good evening to you. How have you been? What have you been playing lately? You're inside a casino again? Hey, is this a special occasion? I hope it's something. Hope it's something fun for you. Maybe a buffet, huh? Let's give a shout out to Danny Vega. Having himself a grand old time at a casino. Hopefully, enjoying yourself and eating it up, eating it all up. See, if you haven't already, follow Danny Vega. Check his stuff out. He's a content creator who plays Star Citizen and a few other things. Yes, it's the clip. What was happening there? Putzing around, checking out the Cutlass Black. So yes, I hope you're going to be enjoying a good buffet, or a little bit of gaming, maybe some gaming. So we're going to see if the Starlancer attack can hold our Ursa rover, then we will use the rover as our respawn point. And shoot, while we're at it, we could like really set up these systems to help us with the fight. I don't know. Military, nice. Power plant, military. Wow, shit. Grade A military. Oh my god, yeah, I should just use this. Shields though, stronghold, industrial. I'm gonna go actually with size. Is this size 3? I'm gonna go with size. Oh. Well, size 3 industrial versus C. A, I might go with that. Or you know what? I'm gonna go with size. I'm gonna go with grade A civilian. Takes less power. You got. So what happened there exactly? All right, we're also going to be changing out the loadout on the Starlancer attack. Everything on the front, we're going to be replacing it. All the weapons for the pilot, we're going to be using. Let's see, this is size 4, so we're going to be using attritions. Size 4. Although we only have 3 left. Yeah, I mean, oh well, I do have. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to fly to Hurston. Might have to fly to Hurston to deal with this. I've got 3 here. I guess I could replace 2 of them right now. 1 and 2, and then when I get to Hurston, I can go replace the others with. Got rhinos here. It's fine. What's up, Black Dude Skates? How you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. We're in the middle of preparing to basically do crafting, blueprint hunting, and actually putting things together. But the risk and reward setup is like, in order to get some of these things, we're gonna have to like do missions that actually reward blueprints, and they're not like trivial. They've involved some risk, so we need something that'll keep us safe, and possibly a vehicle that we can respawn in and take us to places if there's like hostile anti-aircraft. So we got a grade C radar right here. I've got a grade A civilian radar. I'm gonna go switch that up. So right now we're gonna keep that there, and I'm gonna get the Ursa medevac to help us respawn. I'm gonna use nice shiny Ursa medevac, nice and bright. I wonder, can we change anything out here? Shield generator, grade C civilian. I actually want to know if we can, upgrade some of that stuff. Size 1 bulldogs. I'm about to see if there's like a size 1 attrition, dude. We might actually be able to check that out, actually. If we go to Hurston and pick up our attritions to finish out our loadout, maybe we can replace these size 1 bulldogs with some size 1 attritions. Radar, Class C military. You know what? We'll keep that. All right. The hand mining intro mission is a scam. It says you can only turn one of the three, but the actual contract needs all three. You know what? I will actually do that as part of this.
Welcome to the ASOP
because
vehicle retrieval system.
Even though most people have the rep, if you haven't, once they reset into a new patch, they usually want you to do the intro missions again. All right, let's go RSI. Let's pull up the medevac first.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the
Because you can't just bring in the vehicle separately from the ship. You've got to do the vehicle first for now until they actually CIG make garages somewhere around here. You got all this space, but there's no room to park anything. And I don't know, maybe this will survive. So far so good. It's not disappearing yet. It's good. You bring in the vehicle first for now, and then you go and you load the ship next. Did they say anything about better performance this patch? I feel like Black Dude Skates, I feel like they do add extra performance each patch. It's just sort of one of those things where they don't really talk about it at all. And they're slowly refining. What the? Oh, yeah, it is. They're refining certain things that they've already put in. So the last things they put in are actually multi-threaded Vulcan. So they may not feel it, and they did say like it's not a guarantee for any significant speed bumps. Let me just pull up my frame counter. I don't think you guys will see it. Can I pull up something else? There's not. Oh, okay. It's not pulling up the overlays. Okay, let's go. This just for temporarily. This right here is showing 100 and like 90, anywhere between 90 and 110 FPS. Now, it's not going to show it. It's not going to feel that way on screen, of course. But a lot of this, really, a lot of what's making it feel smooth is the fact that I have DLSS 4.5 overrides running all over this thing. So let me see, I have it minimized here. I've got the Transformer 2 model, which is the DLSS 4.5M. And that's the second version of the Transformer model for NVIDIA. I have it running under 100% DLAA for the render scale and 100% DLAA as a custom scale. I've got frame generation turned on at 4x, and I have smooth motion APIs turned on for Vulkan. So it may be just a whole lot of visual trickery going on, so it does feel smooth. And because it's not exactly a hardcore FPS game, I'm in the minority in saying that, you know what, it's fine as long as the game feels smooth, because I'm not like trying to be like super hardcore PvP, you know, heavy breathing FPS guy. All right, we're transferring the imprint to the Ursa rover so we can use this as a respawn point. I can hear now that the rover does still have a annoying audio, causing it to do that. Oops. Okay, turret. No, we don't want the turret. I want to engage the... Oh, shit. What's happening? Come on now. I just need to engage systems. Engage systems. Engine on.
Weapons system is on. Welcome to Robert Smith
Dude,
Industries.
I don't know. Maybe... I'm thinking... Okay. Everybody had first kind of said 1.0 sounds like it could be... 1.0 possibly sounds like a thing for the end of 2027. The end of 2027. I feel like maybe actually we're talking more like how about mid 2028? Does that sound a little bit better? Not that I know anything, but it's just like based on the amount of progress so far, it feels like a mid 2028. Seeing how, I mean, there's a lot of things that have been changed, and introducing the reason for industry is good, but there's such a massive backlog of tech debt that it's like, dude, you know what have every time they make something new, like Planetary Tech V5, for example, which is supposed to be out this summer, it doesn't mean that it's not like some kind of master library that covers everything in the universe. It just means that it changes their process for making new planets. So, Planetary Tech V5 means Nyx's planets will look cool, right? But that means they would have to go back to everything they've made so far, like Pyro, like Stanton, and redo all those planets using Planetech V5. And when they use like the Starkitect stuff, right? Starkitect, that means that they would need to redo all the buildings to be, you know, have interiors and stuff like that. They can't just magically press a building and say make it so, you know. So that's the thing. There's like so much tech depth, and it can't be. It isn't like it's. I don't know. There's
to the ASOP vehicle retrieval
like
system.
inventory. Yes, is sort of retroactive, but really this is just the UI. I feel like it's just the UI because if you think about it, if you've played the game since 4.7 has come out, it looks better. The inventory looks good. It looks like how the concepts are. The thing is, it still feels as laggy as shit, as it always has. I don't know if they've actually, if they've done anything to fix that. Like, you know, make inventory actually feel smoother, faster, more responsive. Which is damn shame, because otherwise it's the proverbial putting lipstick on a pig thing. So, you gotta spend damn near 2K to play this game, and even after that it's gonna feel like dookie. Kinda, man. It's I feel like a lot of it needs to be less front-end experience and a lot more back-end engineering, for sure. Because what makes the game feel like dookie is all really like back-end stuff. Okay, like the reason we don't have 1,000 people right now is because they're at the very limits of static server meshing. It's too it would be too expensive for them to run this game with static server meshing and try to get more people in, because they'd be focusing on servers which would be empty on some areas. Dynamic server meshing would take care of that, but when is that coming? And the whole, what does that mean for the limits of like how the LTP, like persistent database, when you have to have a database that's handling everything that we're doing, the very state of items that we're carrying on ourselves, whether or not we pulled out a weapon, whether or not I'm flying in space with my engines on or off, or if I put something in my pocket or threw it on the ground, every single player that is affecting something universe, that has to be written to some database in real time with no lag. So how does static server meshing affect expanding the universe to the point where you can have thousands of people live and have that still happen in real time perfectly enough to satisfy even people who are playing it for the FPS type stuff? Hit registration, desync, all that stuff. Like, people will praise and play like Battlefield or something like that. You know, they want perfect hit registration, no desync. In a game like this, I don't know, man. That's why they have to kind of make realistic. They would have to make really realistic expectations and literally just tell people, you know what, this game is gonna be. I mean, you know what? Just promise them the minimum, okay? Just say, look, if you guys want us to lock it down for now and get it working, we're gonna shoot for 30 FPS, server 30 FPS. The tick rate is gonna be 30, and then shoot for that and just try to make it a solid 30, man. Like with as much shit as going on in the back end, people and thousands of people on servers and whatever doing all kinds of stuff, just try to hit 30. And if you want to, you could sneak in better performance later on. But man, if we could solve the 30 FPS problem, I think a lot of people's issues with the game would kind of go away for a while, because like elevators not working, or you put down a gun and it picks it back up, or you pick up a gun and it goes back on the ground, that usually has something to do with like the server not keeping up with what you're doing. All right, so because we're doing industry stuff, we need to have an industrial loadout. We need to have something to carry all the heavy gear. So for right now, I'm gonna pull the containers, and I'm gonna grab, let's see, this is typical 1 SCU box, and I'm just gonna open it right now, and I'm just gonna throw all my gear inside. And I'm actually glad that all I had to do was pull out the chest piece and the undersuit, and that took everything in and put everything into this container. So now that everything is there, I'm gonna go and grab something that's gonna be useful for basically this kind of gameplay where we need to go out and carry a whole bunch of stuff. So let's grab, I'm thinking we'll go with like the red alert. We're gonna go with the red alert setup. Right, how do we get out of this? I need to get out of I need to go back to local storage. Shit, local storage. How does this work? Okay, personal? No, there's no personal. Local. How do you switch? What the fuck? Okay. This thing gets confused. All right, so undersuits. I hate how the overlays get stuck, and that needs to get fixed for sure. We're gonna go with whatever the red alert thing I just mentioned. What the hell was that? It sounded like my ship took a farted or something. There we go. Red alert. Core. We're gonna go heavy. And let me just get that set up so we can get up and get out of here. What the hell does that sound? Sounds like someone starting a war outside. It's ADP armor. Overlord, Dust Storm. Here we go. Red alert. Okay. Good. Legs. I mean, it does kind of feel like the back end is struggling to keep up, you know? It feels like every time you do something, every time you're doing something with the back end, it feels like the database is doing some kind of select star to the entire database. And you're just like waiting for the database to respond. And I'm just like, what the hell is happening here with this? Why does it feel like it's trying so hard to pull things? Is it because it's having to pull the pictures out? Because it is damn slow. Okay, get my helmet out. Where is it? I've got probably more helmets than anything. Here we go. Yo, okay, almost there. Backpack last. Okay, this is good for. This is industry. This is like an industry good setup right here. All right, show me my standard containers. We need to get. I'm gonna pull out the. Is it this one? Here we go. Pull out that Karna. Get my. Boom. Get this. Get this. Get this. Get that. Maybe not this one. I'll get the red one. Get my clips. Get my ammo. Let's see. Open up the backpack. There should be grenades in there. Got a mug. Got extra med pens. Got more. Hell, we could just bring over everything here. Just move all. Bam. Move all again. Bam. No way. How the hell is this? How is this thing full? This is a heavy backpack, and I had this in a light. I had a small backpack. There's no way it would have filled it up. Okay, I think it's more of a. It's got to be more of a bug. Try this again. Go into the backpack. Move all. See, it's not even 6% full yet. Boom. There, see? It was... That is an interesting bug. Whatever the hell that is, that's a bug. And I saw Yo-Yo Meg had this problem. She couldn't fit, like... she only had like a couple dozen clips in her backpack, and it wouldn't put any more. So it's sort of like an inventory bug. I don't know if it's like a front-end thing, but trying to move all didn't work. And if you get out of inventory and you go back in again, it'll move it again. I don't know what's going on there. All right, so let's see. We've got the Karna clips. Karna. We're good? Good? Okay. I need a sidearm. So with the sidearm, local. There needs to be a way to go back to local. There. Like clicking the name should pull you back. I'm gonna take the red. There we go. Ah, that's matching right there. You gotta have the drip match. You know what I'm saying? You can't just have like mismatching things. All right, so just making sure that I feel like we don't want to leave things in backpacks, so I'm gonna go ahead and. This is kind of nice being able to say, okay, on the other side, I'm gonna have local, and I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna move all back into storage. All right, we're good. We're good here. I've got food. Actually, I just got drinks. I got 2 grenades. Oh, actually, no. I have three grilled steak bars, which should be fine. 3 grilled steak bars, 3 drinks. I got a whole lot of ammo. Why do I have 3 orbit? I don't need that many. Let's put this. Damn. Hold on. Local storage. Take these other 2 mining bits and just throw them back into storage. We got Cambrio light salvaging for repair. We've got repair stuff. We've got extra med pens. We got the mining tip. We've got the tractor beam. We got the Cambrio. So that's what we need. Okay, so tractor check. Guns check. Good. All right. So we're kind of good to go. You know, I'm wondering, did they actually fix the problem? It almost. I'll find out right now. If we walk into the hangar, maybe we're not going to suffocate. Maybe they fixed it. We've already set a respawn. Respawn is set. I'm just wondering, like, I'm not suffocating. Maybe they fixed it. Okay, driver's seat. Let's go. That was annoying as fuck. I was suffocating inside of an Aurora while I was sitting on the roof on Microtech. It made no sense at all. Okay, the game just froze. Hello. Hello, Star Citizen. Oh, shit. Star Citizen is not responding. We're having our first CTD. Well, well, well. Close the program. Okay. Nice. Star Citizen has stopped responding. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and apply the changes. Is it going to tell me, like, could you please describe what happened? You know when these things crash, you're supposed to, like, fill out the form or something like that? I don't want to verify. Anyways, let's go look on Chrome. I'm going to show you something. So with the release of 4.7, we now have blueprints. And why does it only show one? How do you get to the... This is the front page. So this thing will... There's this page right here. It's on sccrafter.com. And I know there's another website like this. But basically it shows you a list of recipes that you can find, and it tells you like what actual minerals you'll need to meet the requirements to craft these things. So there's like ammo requires usually hephaestonite and one other agent like quartz or copper. And I don't know, like I kind of wonder like how much ammo can you make from like one crate of minerals? And it's interesting because they'll show you like how to make it, and then it shows you which missions reward you with this blueprint. So this is kind of nice because I can see, well, you know, I'd love to be able to make Karna rifle ammo, and I just need to know how much risk do I need to take in order to craft these myself. But ammo is one thing. What about armor? I guess it really amounts to like... Oh, this is very nice. So they have like, let's say, let's pick a typical heavy armor like the ADP core. Typical heavy armor, right? Depending on the quality level is when you start to see actual benefits, or, you know, something that's worth doing, right? In order to make ADB core, you need what's this? Uratite and azlarite. Now, depending on the quality, you have certain modifiers for damage mitigation and the amount of temperature resistance it has. So let's say you have a quality of 0. If you just mine whatever the first rock you run into, it's going to be usually quality 0, which means that you're actually going to get... Let's see. Oh, it's actually worse. Holy crap. So if you get like quality 0 materials, that just generic materials, compared to the regular armor you buy from the store, for example, this ADP core will do 15% less damage mitigation than the one you buy from a shop. So in order to get like 0, or to make it exactly like the shop, you would need to get yeah, basically the minimum is 500, I think, quality for anything. Okay. Yeah, so getting 0 grade material will affect its damage mitigation. So it'll have the same temperature mitigation, but it'll be less effective at providing you armor against attacks. So let's say you get really lucky. You get 1,000 quality Uratite and 1,000 quality Azurite. Where the hell do you find that stuff? I don't know. I would have to look that up. So a fully custom ADP core with the finest quality minerals, you put it through the fabricator, would give you 15% better damage mitigation than the store-bought one. It'd give you 20% better temperature resistance. So you could go down to negative 90 degrees centigrade in the cold, or you can go up to 126 degrees centigrade in heat. I mean, I guess I could blow this up so you guys can see it a little bit better. That's actually good because the minimum is negative 75 and 105. You go down to negative 90 or up to 126, so it's really good. A lot of this sounds like you need to do it in Pyro. So in order to kind of do this, we would need to go to the bad. We would have to go to the Badlands. All right. It looks like it's not going to ask me what the hell went wrong with the game, so we're just going to launch back in and hope for the best. Sounds like we're taking a trip to the lawless system again, but let's be honest, every system in Star Citizen is considered lawless. Until I see the cops flying around Stanton, it's lawless. Every system, you can just kill each other and nothing really happens. I mean, you can get in trouble in Stanton, but the cops won't show up. Wonder how bad it is with crash recovery. All right, so CFP. It sounds like pretty much any mission you take where you would need to counteract any type of attack on a base or do some bounties against the headhunters. You're gonna get some kind of blueprint. Now with the Star Lancer, we could probably, I'll see how much room I've got. What I've heard from some streamers is that the best bet really is to use something like an Asgard, because it'll give you enough room for the rover maybe, and like the crafting, the actual fabricator itself. Like as you can see here, whoa, this already fills up most of the grid. Let's see, the door opens on that side, so we can afford to push this thing to the right a little bit. This would be a lot easier, CIG, if this rover wasn't so bouncy. There we go. So I'm gonna put this guy right here. It's like a good spot. We can fit like a crate or two on the side if we need to. Mostly what we need to do is keep a crate of material. By the way, is there a way for me to like just put away the turret when it's not, I don't need it? Jesus. It's annoying. I sure hope when I'm flying I don't have to hear that shit. Oh god. Looks like I will be listening to that noise all day. Alright, what we're gonna also do now is bring out the fabricator. Fabricator, maybe something to carry minerals. And you know what? We could always, if we run into like bad guys and we take them out, we can always take their armor. Some of which, if it's custom, I've been told that custom armors are not, you can't you can't extract any minerals out of those, which sucks. All right, let's get a 2 SCU box out, I guess. And we need to get a, I think it's called, I think it's Ready, R-E-D-I. There we go. The ready-make item fabricator. Hilarious. It's like a, what's that, children's toy? Betty Crocker. Yeah, it sounds like they actually fixed the suffocating in your hangar bug. Okay. We got a box for carrying any minerals that we've extracted. And we've got a fabricator to bring with us. Granted, this shit is probably super risky. Bringing our only fabricator with us. I mean, I guess, considering I'm not like the biggest crafting guy, but I guess we could always buy one if we needed to, using in-game money. And hopefully it'll be one of those things where if it does disappear, it'll always come back in the next patch. All right, rotate. Bring this aboard. Like I have my own, oh shit. All right, back up. Like I have my own little bakery or... Now, you may recognize something like this from, does it remind me of Starfield? Starfield has something like this. You have your certain workbenches that you have, but you all have to basically tractor beam all that shit into your own ship and Star Citizen. All right, in terms of what we have, here are all the blueprints we do have, I think. So I think this means it's showing whatever I own in terms of what I can make. Okay, there we go. Okay, owned. So I owned the ability to make these things. So what I don't understand, I swore I had another one. So when you are awarded, okay, page 1 of 2. That's kind of shit though, really, if you think about it. You can only show like you can only show this many things at a time on the screen. I know they have to divide it into sections, but come on now. Just clear the filters. There should be a way to like show more at the same time. Okay. I guess it's basically like soulbound to you when they're actually awarded to you. So it isn't like a physical object. So I can make these legs. I can make an S38 pistol. I can make a P4. Now in order to do some of this, I would need tungsten, azlerite, and stellaron. Interesting. Okay. Well then, let's go get some of this stuff. But first, we need more blueprints. That's what we came to do. Go to engineering. Oh, thank God, I don't have to listen to that noise. All right, we're gonna take a trip now. We're taking a trip to Hurston. What are we doing in Hurston? We are gonna be picking up the other two attritions. And installing them onto our ship. Alright, Raj. We're good to go. We've got some new components inside, so cooler is already set. Let's give it like give ourselves a little breathing room there. Hand off more power to our shields. Give some power to our guns. We've got M6As and some attritions. But we can always go with an all attrition loadout, so get out of here.
All cleared to leave.
Oh my god, what's up with the textures? Does this have... Nope. No lamp. No night vision on this ship. Here we go. Gears up. Thrusting forward, we've cleared the landing bay. She's kind of slow. All right. Moving all power to engines. This bird into the sky already. Going 90 degrees up. Alright, full afterburner. And let's get some speed. Let's get her up into the sky. She's heavy. If you can push another afterburn. All right. Ready to quantum. Take me to Hurston, please. Great quality of life fix CIG to basically fix the star map to where it needs to be, in the sense that it should always default to like this level. Although there is still the problem of like when you overshoot your zoom, it's just so hard to control the zoom. And the UI is, you know, it lags, and I'm like, why? Why would it lag? Why do things lag in the game? All right, here we go. You know what's interesting? VoIP doesn't lag. VoIP doesn't lag when you're sitting in your seat. Or sitting in a pilot seat doing quantum tunnel, but as soon as I get up, it starts to lag, which is so weird. Let's do some housekeeping around here. Let's go check out the rest of the ship. Okay, it's good I'm not suffocating. Everything is looking good. We got our escape bays here. In the 4 section. Checking out the interior. We've got the this is the component section, so you notice we can check out the life support gravity generator. If you open this component bay, you can see most of it exists. Gravity generator is not like a physicalized component. You just pick up the game, Chad? Chad Brochi. It sounds like you need blueprints. Blueprints, you don't really need them. It's really a matter of a want versus a need. Okay, so most of everything that you want is probably you could probably just buy it in the shop in a shop in a game. It just won't be like, it won't just have like any kind of advantage in terms of statistics, but it's debatable whether or not those statistics are worth having you to go out and get those custom things. I'm sure, you know, a lot of people are really trying to min-max the game. I don't believe the game is that dependent on plus or minus 15% differences in quality, but you know, a lot of people want to have that sort of gameplay where they're in control of like those particular statistics. So yeah, okay, you know, if you want to do it, you can get it. That's what we're doing today. Is this a Star Lancer TAC? Yes, this is a Star Lancer TAC. We've got the TAC version rather than the Max, because pretty much I have my own hauling fleet, so I don't really need another big box ship. It's like, if I want to get a ship now, I want to get a ship that actually does something besides hold boxes. Because I may not have the biggest hauling ship, but I don't really I don't really haul cargo. I haul enough cargo. What I wanted to have is, like, my biggest hauling ship is considered, I guess you could say, is the Crusader Hercules. But I have the M2 version, which is the military version. That's basically to haul, basically to carry fighters, with the benefit of also carrying boxes. Now, it's really a way for me to carry tanks, because I have some tanks. But at least the M2 is heavily armored, and that was kind of a thing. I wanted something that could fight, that had some good armor, in case I get into certain situations. Alright, we're approaching Hurston now. Okay, he's suffocating. Strange. You have Asgard? Oh, you've been doing a lot of hauling in between crashing into things, yeah. No, Asgard is a fine ship. What the problem I think with the Asgard, it may be just sort of an issue with the design. Well, CIG ship design is, in general, is that they create ships from the outside in rather than the inside out. And so now we have a tank that is so huge for the benefit only of, like, so that you can just walk in. So they made a really tall tank. And so the Asgard has to be really tall to fit a tank, but I think they realized that the tank takes up so much space that they couldn't really make the Asgard any bigger. So if you drove a tank in, it's barely fits the Asgard. So the Asgard really becomes just sort of like a is just sort of is more of like an armored hauling truck rather than a tank mover. But you know, it does make for a great hauling system. I mean, it's got 6 pilot controlled guns, which makes it awesome. But for bringing in vehicles, I probably wouldn't do it just because it's a pain in the ass to load vehicles into the Asgard if you have anything bigger than a regular rover. All right, we're getting into the clouds here over Lorville. We're just gonna pick up a couple of guns to go throw on the front of the ship. They should be in my inventory already. Does this ship have rear-facing missiles? Yeah. So back here, one of the gunner positions is it's a missile seat, right? And they sit on the right side of the cockpit. And over here are size 5 turrets on the starboard side and on the port side. Now, it looks like there are actual landing pads on top Hurston's main building, but I don't think you're allowed to get close to those. It's a restricted area. Some of these texture issues, I'm not really sure. I believe they might be related to Vulkan and possibly some of the DLSS overrides I've got running. Flying over these buildings to get to the spaceport. You're still trying to learn how to fly? You know, it's actually good that you have something like an Asgard, because the Asgard is big and slow enough to where you can sort of control, you know, the way it flies. Smaller ships like fighters, if you're not really like a seasoned Star Citizen pilot, it makes it actually difficult to control because they really spin around a lot. A little bit too nimble. So industrial ships are good. They kind of teach you how to control things. And you feel the weight behind them. The fun thing to do to learn how to actually fly, and you could probably do this in Microtech, Area 18, or anywhere actually on ArcCorp. Microtech. Is to just practice taking off and landing on the rooftops. Because you'll learn how to basically avoid some of the superstructures, some of these extra things that they've got going on here, like these antennas or whatever. And it's an opportunity to learn exploration in a sense, because you get to see places you don't usually go to, especially these rooftops. For example, I think this is a unique rooftop right here. If you think about it, like, check out it looks like some kind of a botanical garden? What the heck? I don't think I've ever really seen this. To go check it out before we go get our stuff. I'm gonna put her down like right here. I'm gonna see if you can actually. I know for a fact we won't be able to walk inside, but you know what? If I could see the botanical gardens, at least from the window, that'd be cool. All right. Put the door open. Let's go call the elevator. Call it up. Exit ship. Yeah, if you're just using keyboard mouse, I mean, I am. If you're using keyboard mouse, then flying is really just WASD and spacebar and control. Some people use the X, I think, to brake. I don't know, I always end up using the... What do I use? I using it the back, but I'm pretty sure back is like S. But I'm pretty sure X is probably a better brake. Oh, you can see the... check that out. Someone's taking off in a Perseus and just going straight up. Full afterburner, I guess. Yeah, that thing can move, considering how big it is. Alright, where's the... There should be a staircase. But check it out, yes, there's a garden inside this particular building here, but I don't think we can go inside. How do you get off from down here? We're on a rooftop next to the Lorville spaceport. There's the back of our ship. I think I saw a staircase. Right there, next to the pile of dirt. Now coming in 4.7.2, I think, which is supposed to be like in a couple of weeks. They're gonna put back some missions that they actually had in the testing builds, and I've tested them. They work really good, which allowed you to kind of like pick up packages and then drop it off somewhere else, like an Amazon delivery guy. Some of them would take you to like rooftops here, for example, or you know, you would drop them off at like shelving that they would have outside. But it gave you an opportunity to kind of, you know, fly around certain cities and then drop things off where you don't usually fly, like right here. There's no reason for most people to go over here on these rooftops. But in the upcoming set of patches, you'll be able to like, come visit these and check out some of these buildings, because they'll have places, they'll have missions to take you to these areas. It's too bad we can't see the inside of the building from here. There's no windows. But it is nice to see some world building. It'd be nice if you can like launch, or when they have Stark-Attack working, I wonder if they'll open these garages will be openable for vehicles. What is the best gun for mercenary missions? Like an FPS gun? A lot of people use mostly heavy weapons. A lot of people now are kind of using the energy weapons, so they have the Volt energy rifles. So some people will use either an energy shotgun or an energy assault rifle. I tend to use basically SMGs just because they're smaller, and if I'm in a mission where I want to pick up more loot, it allows me to... An SMG allows me to fit weapons in my backpack, so I can pick up other people's weapons, you know, like NPCs or whatever. If I find them and I loot them, I like the gun, I can just equip it on my back and then just keep the guns I came with inside my backpack or wherever. That way I can fit more stuff. Because honestly, you can kill these NPCs with anything. I used to roll in with just a pistol. Really, I used to go with a pistol and a pistol with an optic, and just bring a lot of clips with me. Because you're gonna go inside of a mercenary mission outpost, and you're gonna kill the NPCs, and they're gonna have guns. And if you've got if you've got like a rifle, then there's no place to put the stuff you want. So if you got a pistol, then you can fit 2 on your back and a 3rd in your hand. So you can bring back 3 guns, and then if you're tractor beaming around a box, you can carry even more stuff. All right, let's go ahead and pick up our gun and we can go do these missions. My elevator. Go. And this Karna that I'm carrying right now, I'm going with the Karna here because I noticed like a lot of NPCs carrying the Karna. Karna's basically an energy assault rifle, and it's very common. And so is the ammo, which means like I can go into any mission and get enough ammo to do any mission. That and the P4 AR. I mean, they're good rifles. There's nothing wrong with them at all. The best weapon you have is the one you're carrying with you. All right, let's land this thing and then we're gonna go ahead and equip the 2 attritions. The things that you really need to be worried about in terms of acquiring, it's not necessarily FPS weapons, it's actually ship weapons. The reason for that is because the armor mechanic that's in the game now.
Seems we have a hangar available.
The armor rating system in the game now has minimum penetration thresholds that are affected by basically the type, size of the ship, and you know what CIG is kind of set for them. So certain guns on certain ships won't penetrate armor unless they're minimum threshold of alpha damage. And a lot of guns that most people have picked recently, like repeaters or whatever, they don't do enough base alpha damage to penetrate armor. So you're not going to get through it all. And you need to start picking weapons that hit hard from the very beginning. Those are going to be mostly cannons or higher damage repeaters or ballistics. So if you want to save up for anything, check that out. Ships coming and going. Kind of, that's what you want to see, man. Love seeing ship traffic. Yeah, that is going to be a big risk actually for me. Is that most people are going to be in Pyro trying to get these blueprints. I like watching people land their plane. This guy's doing a pretty good job. He's got his nose down, which, you know, makes it easier. All right, we're not going to have to do anything really difficult here except to put away the ship. Yeah. All we have to do is put away the ship and then equip the guns and then request the ship back.
Landing complete.
Engines off.
Should be easy. Let's go ahead and
Launch sequence complete.
there's gonna be a lot of competition in Pyro, that's for sure. So it will be lawless. It will be people fighting over fighting over a lot. There's a good chance we will get our asses kicked while we were in Pyro, and that's unfortunate. It's there's gonna be people everywhere. You're just gonna have to find the best way to do a lot of these missions in with the least amount of risk to the things that you got. So in this crazy stage right now, don't wear anything unique that you can't live without. And I know right now I'm wearing some gear that basically looks unique, but these can't be taken when you're killed, because they're equipped. But like, don't keep anything unique in your backpack, because that can be taken away easily. What you can do is wear generic gear, and if you die, it's always replaceable. You know, don't have to worry. Let's see. This is a Star Lancer on pad. Okay, we'll store it. Restore it. We pull up the VLM, equip the guns, and then we'll pull it back out again. People are saying ring these missions is to play. Yes, it's to play. It's to play, which means there's gonna be a lot of people there. Like I said, we're gonna be all fighting for. We'll be all fighting in the same area. I would think that most people right now would be doing rock cracker. That may not be the case. So now that the ship is stored, we go into the VLM. We're just gonna go. Where is it? MISC, Star Lancer Attack. We've got the guns already here, so I go into weapons. I go to slot. We got extra attritions here, so another attrition and another attrition. These are kind of expensive, man. So they cost like a couple $100,000 each for these guns. So whenever I'm not really sure, but I think you can, if you find them, I think you can take them home. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like you can. Because people will be getting like military components and bringing them home and using them on their ships.
To the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Okay, Starlink. Yo, hold on. If my medevac is stored,
Goodbye.
can I put different guns on them too? Vehicle. Because if it's stored inside the ship, maybe that means I can upgrade the guns on it too. Weapons? Whoa, it says... Why is it... Okay. It says it's got guns. Can I change it here? I can change it to attrition size 1. Which is cool, because that would mean... How does this work? What? Yeah, what? Okay, let's go back. Let's get out. I mean, I don't want to mess up the ship, but if it works, that would mean that I could change out the guns on the Ursa rover to be attritions, which would hit slower, but hard point. How does it? I guess because it's a turret. I don't know how to. I guess you go like this and just change them to attritions. We'll see what happens. I don't know. It doesn't seem to work, but let's pull up the ship now. Go.
Your vehicle has been... Please visit us again. Goodbye.
All right. Guys, thirsty. It's time to drink. Time to eat. So we've got ourselves some steak. We've got some grilled steak bars. I'm gonna go ahead and eat that now. Healthy snack, don't you think? Wow. Tastes just like beef. Gotta love it. Okay, we've got some water. Okay, we have one of those. Good old H2O. All right. We don't got a trash can around here, unfortunately, so I'm just gonna lay it down right there. What the heck? Medevac's in the back. I'm gonna go take a look and see if it actually changed it. See if the attritions got put on. No, it looks like it's the same. It looks like they're bulldogs still. I guess you gotta put them away separately in order for you to change them. Alright. Well, we're gonna need to go into the Hornet's Nest, man. We're gonna go to Pyro. We're gonna need to do this in order to get blueprints. Otherwise, everybody's just gonna be running around with the recon outfits. Because that's like the base amount of blueprints I guess people get. All right, let's go. You just arrived at the gateway? Holy smokes. Good luck, man. It's gonna be a it'll be a shit show out there. All right, we're gonna allocate some power to guns. We've got about 100 something shots on the attritions. This is good. Yeah. We need to fight, we can fight. You don't have much to lose, it's all good. How do I get the power? Well, I'm gonna take the Pyro Stargate from near ArcCorp, I guess, is the closest one to me. Let's go ahead and accelerate out of here. Up. Firing up the afterburners. She's a slow mamma jamma. I don't think she's gonna have enough gas though to make it. We'll see. 83% fuel. Maybe. Might have to refuel as soon as we get to Pyro. Gotta get to 9,000. It'll be out of the atmosphere. Okay, here we go. Let's clear that. There's your gateway. No, that's not it. It's way down here, actually. No, it's way out here. Yep. All right. Pyro Gateway, here we come. It's gonna be about a 3-minute flight. Get to the gateway as we leave the Pyro star system, or the Pyro planetary system. 29 gigameters. In the hunt for blueprints. Figure it'd be like a double whammy. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone, you know, that sort of thing. We help out the citizens for prosperity. At the same time, earn ourselves some blueprints so we can make something. That's right, we're making something out of ourselves. I'm not sure what we're gonna find, but it seems like most of these missions in Pyro are gonna earn us blueprints. And I think we've got enough skill here from Stan to get us through what we face in Pyro. FPS missions or dogfighting, I think we're gonna do okay. Closing in on 9 gigameters. Be there soon. 7 gigameters. Six gigameters. Woo. Yo, what is the temperature outside today? It's kind of 79 degrees Fahrenheit in my area. Oh my god, no wonder. I thought it wasn't gonna be like a warm day. It's kinda warm today. Warmer than I expected, and there's like not even a breeze. Okay, less than 1 gigameter. We're approaching the gateway now. There's the wormhole. Just head over in that direction right now. We've got 70% fuel. Should be good enough for a good complete jump.
Express elevator to hell. Going down.
Thanks so much, Johan. Appreciate that follow. Welcome to the verse. Thank you. Hey, which community are you coming from? Are you a Star Citizen player yourself? You play your space sims? You play any other types of games? What are you into? We are. Ah, you're the same guy on YouTube. Okay. Appreciate that. Thank you so much, Johan. We're heading over. I'm not sure if you're heading into Pyro right now, but we're on the way. Seeing other ships close by. detecting anybody else out here. I'm gonna make that jump. You always gotta be careful. Asteroids and other unfriendly objects or unfriendlies. Okay, coming in. 428 meters per second. Getting signatures. All right, beginning our lineup. Adjusting. Adjusting down. We're at 500 meters per second. Lining her up. Just kind of trying to align properly. Yep, this is how we jump. This is how we do it. Preparing. Jump point is open. Lining it up. Here we go, here we go. It's pulling us in. Here we go. Just don't hit the walls. That's kind of the key. You actually have to drive when you're inside, so. They'll toughen these mist ships because they, there's not good visibility. All right, we're almost over. I think we're almost there. Just hanging in there, hanging in there. Stay in the center. Go towards the light. Go towards the light. There it is. Boom. We made it. We survived. Oh, God. Okay. All right, we're gonna need to refuel. See if we can get to the, maybe get to the stand gateway and refuel there real quick. Bring us a little closer. There we go. Yeah, we can always go onto a platform and refuel there instead of like getting a hangar. We don't really need a hangar. We just need to get some gas. That's it. Yeah, so when you get to the gateway and you approach the wormhole, I mean, you shouldn't be going too fast. You should probably approach it at approximately 300, 400 meters per second at most. Otherwise, you won't be able to do all the things you're supposed to do to open the wormhole before you run into it. And if you run into it, you basically bounce off. So if you're going around 300, 400 meters per second, you line yourself up with the hull and the gate, all those little stations that are alongside of it allow you to line your ship up directly with the gate. And when you do so, it'll start the tuning process. When the tuning process is, or when the alignment thing or whatever, to tune it, you have to let it do its thing. And when it says you're tuned, you double click it to activate it. Double clicking it will, like, I don't know, shoot this thing towards the gate if you're the first one there, and allow you to open the wormhole, and then you just fly in slowly. Otherwise it'll kick you back out. So you just gotta fly in only when it says it's open, and it'll automatically kind of suck you into the wormhole, and then from there just start steering. You finally got it? All right. Just you don't have to accelerate or nothing. All you have to do is steer. So just steer while you're inside, and you should make it out. All right, I think I see. Those should be like refueling pads, like right there. I'm probably upside. No, I am right side up. No, those are docking bays. Damn it. There's our landing pad for refueling right there. So I'll give a heads up, 07s, and let's give our best wishes to Johan. He's going right into the wormhole right now. What is my time zone? I am on Pacific time, so I'm like UTC -7, I guess. All right, we're gonna go in and get some gas, and we're gonna head to basically do a lot of CFP missions. Most of these CFP missions award blueprints. Ah, Central. Here we go. Good landing. Let's go ahead and get fuel. Okay, processing.
Quantum fuel at 100%.
Good. All right, let's go pick up our missions. I say we... Mercenary? You know what? I think it's because our proximity to anything requires us to be close. Will give us like a mission. Establishing security. Pyro 2, Sunset Mesa. Let's go. Basically, fighting bad guys. It's kind of our thing, right?
Shield off. Landing gear up.
Pyro 2. Alright, we're gonna need to clear our... There we go. Oh, we're going into Monarchs. Here we go. Sunset Mesa. On the way. 5-minute flight. Ooh. Do I fly with people or do I go solo? Some of our regulars usually will fly with me. We'll usually we'll go on one ship to do some of these missions that are FPS. But as we're gathering blueprints, these are usually solo right now. I think once we get our blueprints, I'm definitely gonna be teaming up with some folks, because this will be a short stream actually. You might actually see it. We have a timer at the bottom of the screen. That's how much time I've got left. So I've got to pull what I can in terms of blueprints before the timer runs out. Because we actually have other things to work on tonight. Even though it is spring break, I have projects, including... Oh my gosh, you flew into an asteroid. Are you in Pyro right now? Did you make it to the other side and you flew into an asteroid? I've actually heard people say that there were asteroids inside. There were asteroids within the jump tunnel. That's kind of crazy if they have stuff like that. But yeah, if you got into Pyro and you ran to the asteroid, yeah, when you get to the other side, man, there are asteroids everywhere. Hopefully you survived. So while we are flying, I'm going to show you a little bit of what we are working on. So, switch this over to display capture. We'll be working on refining our screenshots for Song 2.0, which is our other custom character. Our newest custom character, which I will be releasing publicly soon. She's, I'd say an improvement upon Song 01A, which I've already released publicly. Song 01A was this gal. Custom character from before. And so Song 02A is basically an improvement, refinement of her as a character. I thought I made more pictures of this one. Did I? Considering. I'm trying to think of where I shot Song 020 for I had created a gallery basically like this is what Song 20 looks like. Oh, it was here. Test shots, basically, of the new character creator. So I actually made slight modifications to Song 2, and he will probably be released with a different name. I think it was her code name is Song, but her real name is probably going to be Tiffany. You're back in Area 18. Oh man, it was a fatal hit. So for sure, Johan, what you'll want to do is if you get to Pyro, try to get to the nearest the spaceport is right about 40 kilometers from the actual wormhole. Get over there and set your spawn point to that particular one. Man, this Pyro's like a really huge system, so it's going to take a long time to get across, and you'll require a lot of fuel. We're approaching. The music is hitting that crescendo. 300 million megameters. Here we go.
Quantum travel complete.
Here we are. All right, Sunset Mesa. It's on the opposite side of the planet. Might be nighttime.
Quantum travel engaged.
High probability of running into some hostiles, so we'll see. I mean, there are already hostiles there. We just don't know about other players. Late afternoon. We gotta get this operation done before the sun sets. Okay, approximately 22 kilometers away from our intended destination. Let's kind of fly in there. Let's get this thing started. Start scanning for other ships in the area. Prepare for shields up. Checking radar. Radar is at full strength. 70 kilometers. Scanning again. Unknown signatures, but no definites. Alright, switching to SCM mode. Okay, we've got a ping off of somebody. Got a ship there. Unknown. Shields are up. Pinging again. Keep an eye on it. It's like vibrating. We're seeing some minerals also. Unknown quality though. Alright, there's the outpost now. We're in SCM. Let's go ahead and slow down and take a look. This outpost has hostiles, so it could be overrun. There's some anti-aircraft. We gotta watch out not to shoot this place up too much. But we just gotta watch out for hostiles that are walking on the ground. Clear the outpost of hostiles. Let's give them a warning shot. Bad guys right there. Oh, he's running. They're running for cover. One down, one down. The thing that's scary is I'm here. It's not registering it as me arriving though. We're gonna have to just land. We're gonna land, take these guys out. I wonder if this is like a pyro thing where the missions don't. The missions are now intelligent enough to say, hey, you can't just shoot them from the air. You're gonna need to get on the ground and start taking them out. Oh, now we're at 100%. Okay, then. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna do this the hard way. Let's freaking go. Let's go. $910 rounds. Go. Deployed. Clear there. Should be lots of hostiles. These last couple guys, they just ran behind the building. Right, the sun's going down. This is going to be a shit show pretty soon. Two down. Woo! Shit. Fuck. Running, running, running. Freaking stupid me, I didn't reload my clip before I started engaging that guy. Here we go. One down. Last guy, last guy. That guy's dead. We do this before this place. Oh boy, he's on the roof already. Let's see if we can snipe this dude.
Moving. Hey, who messed with my gun? Let's go, let's go.
Peek your head up. There you go, there you go. That's what we're looking for. Oh shit. Nice move. Reload.
You picked the wrong guy to screw. Okay, let's do this.
He's dead. Nice. Ha! See if he only shows up when the guys are gone. Hey, what's up, man? Cleaned up your mess for you. Let's see what these guys got. Now here's what we do. When we've got these guys, I'll go ahead and like tractor beam them out. And I'll dump them in the trunk. And loot them now. Did I just see an NPC kill themselves? That's crazy. I may not like these guns, but they'll be, you know, I can probably deconstruct them. Is this lady okay? She's dead. She just died. Kind of crazy though. She just sort of fell over. Must be hot. One of the reasons I like the NPC gear from Pyro is that they're dirty. And dirty gear looks better to me than the clean gear. Yeah, that lady just fell over. I don't know. NPCs do some weird shit. Sometimes they'll run into a train by accident, or they'll hit a door and they just fall over and die. I checked her out. She's actually dead. Seeing if they have any useful things. PFP guards. They've got a nice, they got the Drake Mule here. I just don't know what the code is to open the garage. Yeah, there's some shenanigans going on out here. I don't know what kind of place you guys are running, but it's kind of weird. And I didn't get any blueprints. Kind of upset. I think this is because this is the first mission here. Once you get more missions, it'll open up probably the ones that award like blueprints. All right, I'll take this girl from you. You don't mind. Don't worry. I'm just gonna go find out what's wrong with her. That's odd. I can't pick this up. There's a possibility that I can pick this up if I use proximity looting. So what I'm going to do is we're going to get all these guys on board and disassemble some of their things. Where is my trunk? Am I looking at this wrong? Oh, that's the front. This thing is huge. I can't tell what the front and the back is. Yeah, that noise is gonna drive me nuts. Holy crap, door. Alright, let's go, go, go. Get these guys back here. First guy. Oh man, the only thing is the limited range. Oh well, you know what? There's an easy way to do this. I think. Damn, am I too short? Oh! Oh my god. Spacebar F. I guess I can't. Oh, I can. There we go. Take this, throw them in there. The body dumping system right here. Oh shit. One gun. Fuck. I'm like one here. There's that. And to pick up the pistol, I might be able to do the proximity looting. So get close to it, find it on the ground, and put it in my bag. Like so. And that's good. We had one more body. So I'm gonna maintain operational security and I'm gonna just close up the ship here. Do not allow... Don't leave the doors on your ship open. Now I'm gonna take the ladder, go up on the roof and get the last guy. Oh, there's another dude. Forgot about you. And the guy on the roof. Okay, got that. Looks clear. Now we take his gun. Or actually, you know what? We can just like tractor beam it off the roof. We'll leave it near his body. Hopefully. If we lost it, we lost it. It's okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate you accommodating me. See you guys next time. And his gun right here. I like these custom guns that these guys got, though. They're like, they're basically SMGs with 4x scopes, and I don't know why they've got them. Hold on. There's a light source that's a little weird. Why? Is there another approaching ship? Strange. I don't see anything. Could be just lighting bugs. Whatever it is, we gotta get out of here. You'll catch me next stream? Alright, man. I'll see you again. Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate you and appreciate the follow. So, good luck making it back to Pyro. I hope it works out for you. Just remember, when you get off to the other side, just stop your ship immediately, scan, hit the ping scan, and check for asteroids. That way you don't run into them, because they're like all over the place when you get to Pyro. Alright, here we have the bodies, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring these guys to the rear of the ship. Oh, fuck me. That wasn't good. Lost one. Can we just leave these open? I think we can. Alright, maybe that'll make it easier. Thankfully they're not auto-closing. The other guy probably just, like, he probably just glitched through the bottom of the ship. He's probably on the ground below the ship. You know, what'd be even more dope is if I could just, I can go through these missions and simply like disable them, like knock them out. Just do a non-lethal build and stealth my way. Hey, what's up, Unas? How you doing? Finally logged into our side website, found out the email verification was disabled. Uh-oh. That's scary. Hopefully, hopefully nobody hacked your account. Your account, email, password, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's kind of crazy with like all the hacks going on. You know, everybody's just got to make sure that they've gotten two-factor authentication through either text message, email, or you know, using like an authenticator. Not sure when CIG is going to start using passkeys, but that would be even greater security. So do you still have access to your account? Hopefully that's the case. Nice. Custodian has a 4x scope. All right. One last check to make sure that everything is accounted for. Oh, there's a gun there. Just gonna put the game to download while you're at work. Yeah, it's it is a good build. I think 4.7 is definitely improved. It's absolutely what I wouldn't consider it perfect, but it is a good build for, you know, for getting new things going, like crafting. Inventory rework is pretty good. Okay, why can't I get that into the box? Let's throw this pistol in there. Let's get these corpses stuff in there. If I could drag the chest piece. Oh yeah, I love it. Gotta love that. Must be easy to like loot these guys if you just drag the undersuit. This guy doesn't even have an undersuit. Can you move all? Yes. Oh man. Move all. Woo, look at that. Move all. Move all. Okay. Nice. Shoot, what did it do? Oh, okay. It just kind of swapped views. And then I got these weirdos with their... Oh, look, there's one more corpse. There was one more corpse. Corpse, 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 corpse. All right, the rest of him. Oh, yeah, this dude hasn't been looted. Why not? There you go. What is? How come I'm not finding this guy? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there it goes. Move all. Boop. That's it. Now, yeah, everybody's been accounted for. They're just doing their weird, crazy move. All right, back to the ship. Let's see now if we can unlock some CFP contracts, which will award us blueprints. Like everything in this game, CIG missions, as simple as they may be, look at how much time it took for us to do all this. Contracts. Now, maybe we've opened up... Yeah, 15. We've opened up... Did these things tell you if you get contracts? I don't think they tell you. Patrol. Stand up to aggressors. Protection. What's this? These look very interesting. Reports indicate that a remote outpost near a warehouse has come under attack from a group of armed individuals led by a notorious outlaw named Ernie Rigby. Multiple reported deaths and injuries, so Citizens for Prosperity has been looking for qualified combat operatives to provide support. Though we don't advocate conflict resolution through violence, we believe that the group will disperse if Rigby is not there to lead them. Head over there as soon as you can. Lives are on the line. Okay, so if we go on that one website, sccrafter.com, we pull up the window and look at like which missions reward what. They go like there's 100% chance for certain ones are like to award certain things like wipe headhunter data, eliminate fuel stores, limit outlaw operational opportunities. So if I was to go back into the game, which one of these count? Destroy outlaw data servers, 100% chance. Raid the compound and destroy the servers. Wow, that's like 143,000. That usually means it's a lot of... It could be a very difficult mission. How about any shut down Xenocom threat towers? Ship needs emergency assistance. Might not be able to. These look like difficult missions, actually. Foxwell. I'd be like, hey, and you got any Let's go look at CFP. How about... Let's look at CFP missions like... Oh, I don't know. Pilot seeking combat. Combat support. Oh, interesting. Monde Arms. Monde. Okay. Let's try that. We can do some combat support. Good luck. Here we go.
Engines on. Landing gear up.
What you all should probably do is keep track of anything you see that from ping scans. Like, you see minerals on the ground like this glaucosite or whatever. Is that needed in anything that you're crafting? Because I could be probably passing up a whole bunch of minerals that I may actually need for, you know, whatever blueprint, and I'm just flying right by without even paying attention to it. Right, what happened to that mission? Contract. Asteroid cluster, okay. May have to go into space. Let's get into space and figure out what's going on. No hostiles in the area. Got another ship heading up. Gotta be careful. What the fuck is that? Let's not worry about it right now. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I see launch detected. I'm just gonna get out of the atmosphere right now before I get hit by anything.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Okay, let's go ahead and pull up our mission parameters. Alright, star map is fucked beyond repair right now. What is going on here? We should be above the planet. Valid target. What is going on? On track. Track. Where is it? I don't see it. Alright, getting it from my chair. I don't know. Let's try getting out of the chair. Helmet's on. Check. Get back in the chair. Double check our systems. Ensure that radar is at 100%. Good. Now, see if we can fix our map system so we can move parent. Canceling travel. I can't seem to route it. 56.77 gigameters. Alright. What the hell is going on here, man? I do not know what I'm staring at here. Well, the only thing that's 56 gigameters away from here is trying to find what planet is this. It's far. This is seems to be sorted by distance. So I'm guessing 56 gigameters would be something like Sunset Mesa. I tell you what, though, because of the distance, we may need to go to like it's gotta be Monarchs. Well, it's gotta be right. We're right here. The only problem is I can't see where this. Something's wrong because the distance to the object versus the distance to the mission is not synchronized with my present position. Let's go ahead and just fly in a particular direction right now, decoupled, so we're not caught unaware. All right, where the hell is this? Sunset Mesa. Wait a minute, we already did this mission. The game is tripping right now. Pilot seeking combat support. Okay. Yo, what is wrong? Oh my god. Okay. So the game is tripping right now. Unfortunately, I don't think we can continue when the actual like star map is not synchronized and the mission map is not synchronizing with itself. Oh my goodness. Let's make sure that our navigation pip is synced with us going away from the planet. I don't want us to crash. Oh, is it now? Showing pilots? No, it's not. Star map is broken. Yep. What the hell? View the contract. Uh-huh. Track it. Maps. It's all wrong. Oh my gosh, CIG. Okay, well, you know what? It's probably this. Probably based on the fact that there's everybody and their mom is here in this system, unfortunately. Which means that everything is probably out of sync. It could be the server tick is broken. Let's go take a look. Server FPS is at 30, which is strange. Not me. Okay, we're just gonna have to... Nope. Where's that marker? Where's that marker? I'm looking for you. There it is. Oh no, God, what's wrong? Try it again. Yes, so all you folks, thank you for sticking around, but because everything is like out of sync right now, we can't proceed with the game. Unfortunately, at least we ran a mission today. And Unas, thank you for coming by. I appreciate you coming out. The game is broken, unfortunately, so let's just enjoy a nice night in the cool if you can. Try to get some air conditioning or turn the fan on, everybody. But thank you for coming by. Appreciate you. We'll see you guys next time. Later.